Well, good morning, everyone. It is 6 a.m. on this Thursday morning. Time to rise and shine. I'm Channing Curtis.
And I'm Tim Pham. It's good to see you all. Well, if you step out the door this morning, you may notice that it's a little bit cooler. And for some of you, you may see some raindrops, maybe a lot of raindrops, especially in North Idaho. Let's get on over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick to let us know how this will impact your Thursday. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. For us here in Spokane, we got just the ever so little bit of light rain. I think a lot of us were like, come on, more of that. We want more of that. Well, if you want to find more of that rain, you got to head eastward. There's plenty of it over Coeur d'Alene, basically right along Highway 95 and east from there, and that's likely where it's going to stay. We aren't seeing much more than just sprinkles. That's this very light green that we see over Spokane here, and it's barely that. But once you cross into Post Falls, you're going to find plenty of rainfall, especially this yellow shade here that's towards the bridge that is east of Coeur d'Alene. That is the heavier stuff that we are getting at the moment, but it is likely going to stay east of Highway 95.
All right, if you're heading out on your morning commute, right now we're taking a live look at I-90 and US 2. You might notice some of the glare from cars on the roads, and that's probably due to a little rain that's impacting our area right now. Luckily, the roads in this selection of I-90 don't look as slick as some of the areas have. We'll keep an eye out, though, on the traffic situation all morning long and let you know if anything changes traffic-wise.
Oh, get ready. Countdown this weekend is a highly anticipated one as state rivals Washington State University and the University of Washington face off in the 116th Apple Cup.
So this Saturday, the Cougs and the Huskies will meet on the Seattle Seahawks home turf at Lumen Field. This is the first Apple Cup since the Pac-12 realignment happened back in August. Last year's matchup was a close one for the Cougs, losing by just a field goal. Now, the Cougs have only won the Apple Cup 32 times dating back to 1900, but their most recent win actually came very recently, back in 2021, when they beat the Huskies at home.
Oh, I remember that one. WSU football is pushing a Paint Seattle Crimson this year because, of course, this was supposed to be a home game year for us, but all the conference realignment drama really forced it to become at what they're calling a neutral site in Seattle. But that's, of course, the home of the Huskies, the same city as them. So this is also the first year that the game has not been held in November. It's usually after Thanksgiving, that Saturday. Regardless, though, both teams say they are ready.
We got to win this game. Week 3 this year, it's early this year. I know it's usually been later in the year, but it's right here, it's for the taking, and I believe 1,000% we got the team to do it.
I've never not seen the trophy in the case, so, it's definitely a personal thing.
All right, we got to make sure that he doesn't see the trophy in the case
No,
this time.
we want the case at WSU. I know where it goes. We have a spot for it also.
Yes, we don't want him seeing the trophy. Now, as both teams prepare for the Apple Cup, of course, we are looking to the Pac-12 as the conference could very soon have some new life breathed into it.
Our Brandon T. Jones is tracking the developments for us from the newsroom. So, Brandon, an official announcement from the conference could come as soon as this morning. What are you learning?
Yeah, good morning, Tim Channing. That's right. And as we know, the conference was completely depleted last season. 4 schools left for the Big Ten, 4 to the Big 12, and 2 to the ACC, leaving only Washington State and Oregon State behind. After months of trying to figure out what would be next, we now know the Pac-12 will seek an expansion with schools from the Mountain West Conference. The AP confirmed initial reports from Yahoo that Boise State, Fresno State, San Diego State, and Colorado State are applying for membership to the Pac-12. Last November, we reported that a judge in Whitman County ruled in favor of WSU and OSU to have voting rights on future Pac-12 decisions. The two universities have consistently expressed their desire to rebuild the conference and argued the other 10 schools, they lost that privilege when they decided to withdraw. That message of rebuilding was echoed by new Pac-12 Commissioner Teresa Gould as she stepped into her role earlier this year.
They need a leader that is prepared to fight for them, a leader that's prepared to fight on their behalf. And I want to be that leader.
So if an agreement is made, the 4 Mountain West schools would likely join the Pac in 2026. So we'll continue to follow any potential development along with an official announcement, and we'll keep you updated across all platforms. But for now, reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Brandon T. Jones.
All right, now this all brings us to our wake-up call question of the morning. This morning we're asking you, do you think that WSU should try to help rebuild the Pac-12 or should they just move conferences? As always, you drive the conversation on this show, so let us know what your thoughts are this morning by texting us at 509-448-2000 or post to social media and use the hashtag UpWithKREM.
Hey, Coach Lisa, from our Sun Devil family to yours, we want to thank you for everything that you do for women's sports, especially women's basketball, and we are in the fight with you.
Hi, Coach Lisa. On behalf of the USD women's basketball team, we're thinking of you and praying for you. You got this. You got this!
Now, that's just a small portion of the outpouring of support for Gonzaga head women's basketball coach Lisa Fortier. Fortier says that she was diagnosed with stage 2 or 3 breast cancer back in February that has now since spread to her lymph nodes. Now, after stepping away from the team over the summer to focus more on her health, she recently announced that she will be coaching the Zags this upcoming season.
The time now is 6:06. Let's take a look at today's top stories. 2 people are recovering this morning after a gas station exploded and burst into flames last night. The Clearwater County Sheriff's Office believes more victims were inside the Cardiff, Idaho gas station. That is about 3 hours from Spokane. Take a look at this video here. And this is in north central Idaho. The 2 people were taken to a hospital with severe burns. The cause is under investigation. An update now on the Idaho firefighter who was hurt while battling a wildfire in North Idaho. Justin Shaw is now in a Denver hospital receiving treatment for his injuries. Last month, while fighting a fire, a tree fell on him. Shaw was flown to a hospital in Lewiston, then taken to a hospital here in Spokane. Shaw's family wrote in a statement they are thankful to his crew, the different medical facilities, and all the warm messages they've received. The Coeur d'Alene tribe is laying out a plan to protect Lake Coeur d'Alene. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press report the tribe's councilman is pushing for sustainable development as more people continue to move to North Idaho. In a presentation on Tuesday, the tribe says a century of mining left nearly 100 million metric tons of metals on the bottom of the lake, affecting the water quality and leading to the spread of harmful algae blooms. That's a look at this morning's top stories.
Well, this morning we have an update on the kinkajou that was found at a Yakima rest stop earlier this summer. You might remember that the Point Defiance Zoo was taking care of the kinkajou as they looked for a more permanent home. Well, just a few days ago, the zoo announced that they are shipping the animal back to the East Coast to find his forever home. Now, it's not clear where the little guy will end up, but the Point Defiance Zoo says that they'll make sure he'll be in good hands.
It is 6:08 as we take you outside. No rain at all here from our Southville studios. It was sprinkling about an hour ago, but since then haven't seen much, if anything, at least not in Spokane. But the farther east you go, the more widespread rain you'll run into. In fact, look at how this band of rainfall is just kind of rotating and sliding eastward gently. But that trend will continue for today. So areas in North Idaho remain pretty rainy for the rest of the morning. Meanwhile, in Spokane and eastern Washington, we will dry out pretty quickly. Our temperatures will react to the areas that see more rain versus who see more sun. So in Spokane, I go 72 degrees with a little bit of sunshine, but I'll show you the temperature spread across the inland Northwest in my full forecast coming up.